Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and a warm welcome to our very first webinar of 2026. We're super excited to have you here today and share the latest ClickShare and Sennheiser developments with you. I am happy to introduce our ClickShare product managers, Dorothy and Peter, who you might already know, who are joined today by our very special guest, Christoph from Sennheiser. Our guests will soon dive into the exciting news we have today and respond to any questions you might have. Feel free to drop them in the Q&A box at the bottom of your Zoom window during the webinar, and they will answer in due time. If there are any interesting questions relevant for everyone, we will read them out loud and reply at the end of the webinar. Now, what do we have on the agenda today? Today is all about our brand new Microsoft Teams certified bundles together with Sennheiser. We will kick off with a short section on our Microsoft partnership and a quick overview of the brand new ClickShare and Sennheiser bundles. Then we will do a deep dive into the exciting product details. So a feature overview, more about the meeting participant experience, a section on MDEP, XMS Cloud and onboarding and management, and the Microsoft Portals integration, followed by a deep dive into the Sennheiser Team Connect bars. And with that being said, I will pass it on to Dorothy, who will continue with the Microsoft partnership and a bundle overview. Dorothy?
Yes, thank you very much, Catalina, for the introduction. And hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our webinar. My name is Dorothy. I'm the product manager at ClickShare, and thank you for taking the time to join us and our beloved guest, Christoph, and to dive into the evolving demands in today's collaboration spaces together. So let me get started with the introduction to a shared vision, the collaboration between Barco and Microsoft. Since early 2024, Barco has partnershipped with Microsoft to improve the end-user meeting experience while simplifying life for IT managers. We kicked things off with the partnership announcement back in February, then followed by our adoption of the Microsoft Device Ecosystem Platform, which you may heard it as called MDEP, in June. Also, last year in InfoComm, that we were delighted to showcase how this deep collaboration partnership has produced our next generation of ClickShare solutions, MDEP, which together with our partner Sennheiser, we launched the first wireless bundle certified by Microsoft. And the ClickShare Hub plus Sennheiser bundles are designed as complete room-ready packages for organizations that want a seamless experience without having to piece components together. These components combine the ClickShare Hub with Sennheiser's latest Team Connect systems, so giving the customers a pre-validated Microsoft Teams certified pairing of both video and audio technology. The key here is integration. So the bundles are built to eliminate the guesswork. The customers know the devices have been tested and validated together. We provide two room configurations. The left one of the Hub Pro is with Team Connect Bar Medium, and it is very ideal for the dual display medium rooms. The right-hand side one is the Hub Core with the Team Connect Bar S. It's perfectly sized for single screen small rooms. And later, Christoph will walk us through the details about Sennheiser's beamforming microphone arrays, intelligent framing features that elevate the room audio and video capability to a level that supports more natural hybrid collaboration. So you can think of these bundles as the turnkey solutions that everything matched, everything certified, and everything working out of the box for Teams environments that need both wireless flexibility and top-tier audio video. Now, maybe let's look or zoom in on the ClickShare Hub itself, which is the core platform that powers the experience. ClickShare Hub is a modular, flexible solution built to meet the evolving needs of hybrid meeting rooms. It's designed to make connectivity effortless, ensure the meeting equity, and scale easily as organizations grow. Let's dive into what ClickShare Hub is, what it enables, and why it matters. First, the platform is designed as a modular wireless video conferencing system. It is built to be native to Microsoft Teams Room. That means everything. So the interface, the join experience, the coding workflows, it's all followed with Microsoft's secure and continuously updated Teams environment. The both models of ClickShare Hub Core and ClickShare Hub Pro supports 4K wireless presentation with our 5th generation ClickShare button. They support wireless presentation out of the box, and the conferencing capabilities will be enabled in the upcoming firmware update. This will enable users to walk into the room, share the content instantly, and connect to the room peripherals without needing a single cable. It greatly reduces the setup time and unifies the user experience among different rooms. The platform is also built on the MDEP Microsoft Device Ecosystem platform, which brings improved performances, security, and long-term reliability. For the IT teams, this also means simpler deployment, consistent firmware updates, and also easier lifecycle management across the entire meeting room fleet. As the two models fit different room profiles, these models give companies the flexibility to standardize on one platform while right-sizing the technology to each room. And I'm sure in addition to knowing the platform and also the capability of the ClickShare Hub, you must care more about what ClickShare can enable and what truly matters for adoption, and that is the end user experience. So no matter how advanced the technology is, people will only love if it is genuinely easy to use, and this is where ClickShare has always excelled. So first of all, easier to use. With the quick one-click wireless content sharing, users can start presenting instantly in ultra-high definition. The interface is intuitive enough, so no training is required even. And because the experience is consistent across all rooms, people don't have to relearn how to use the technology every time they walk into a different space. The next one, the system is highly flexible. Users can present from anywhere using the Next Gen button, or they can choose with our ClickShare app. The setup supports a wide variety of workflows, whether you are joining a scheduled meetings or join an ad hoc meeting. You can also even step into a completely laptop-free scenarios. So with the dual or ultra wide displays, participants can also see the content and all participants clearly, so leaving no one out of view. Last one, it's very guest friendly. Our new button with the USB-C DisplayPort OMO allows the external visitors to share securely and effortlessly without installing any drivers or software. And with the compatibility across the major operating system like Windows, Mac OS, literally anyone can just walk in and use the system within seconds. So what ties all of this together is a meeting experience that feels natural, feels inclusive, and also efficient. The technology doesn't get in the way, it simply works. Now that we've covered the ClickShare Hub and also the end user experience, let's also take a moment to look at one of the key elements that complete the room setup, which is our brand new ClickShare control panel. This control panel is designed to make the start of every hybrid meeting absolutely effortless. Instead of users needing to search for the right buttons, switching the inputs, and the control panel provides a one-tap start to the meeting. So it removes the delays, removes the confusions, and also creates a predictable experience regardless who is hosting the session. The connectivity has also been designed with simplicity in mind. The control panel uses a single strong 10-meter USB-C cable with the option to extend further using the CAT extension kit. This means the IT admins will get the flexibility for different room layouts while still keeping the installation clean and modern. Also, because the panel is always paired and managed through the base unit, there's zero setup time for the user. So it's ready the moment they walk in. They don't have to worry about the pairing or syncing or extra instructions. So in short, the control panel is all about delivering confidence. Users know the room is ready and the meeting will start smoothly, that they are in control with just single touch. Of course, we couldn't talk about ClickShare without highlighting the newest generation of our ClickShare button. This is our 5th generation button, and it represents a major step forward in wireless collaboration. First, it delivers high-quality 4K sharing and conferencing, ensuring that whatever it is shown, for example, like a design or a dashboard, it will remain crisp and detailed. Another standout capability is the client sharing and the conferencing using the USB-C DisplayPort OMO. That means the user can simply plug in the button and instantly share or join a meeting. It's incredibly valuable for the guests, executives, or anyone who prefers just a plug and present workflow. Also for the organizations looking for even richer functionalities, the button with the ClickShare desktop app will also unlock enhanced features, will give the user more flexibility in providing the IT with additional configuration and management capabilities. The Gen 5 button also supports the Wi-Fi 6E that it will ensure a more secured and higher bandwidth wireless connection. This is particularly beneficial in the dense environments or modern office buildings where many devices compete for wireless space. Overall, the 5th generation button preserves what people love about ClickShare, a very simple, very intuitive, and cable-free workflow, while adding more performance, more capability, and also more future readiness. So when you put all these elements together, the hub, the end user experience, the control panel, and also the new button, you'll see a solution that is built to modernize the meeting rooms in very intentional way. It removes the complexity, it elevates the audio and video collaboration, and also gives the user a consistent workflow across every space. And that's the direction we are heading with ClickShare. And with that, I will hand it over to my colleague Peter to dive into the in-depth and also the device management of ClickShare Hub. Thank you for your attention. And Peter, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Dorothy, and a warm winter welcome from my side. After having the deep dive in the experience that the ClickShare Hub creates, I want to take you a bit under the hood and tell some very important aspects of the ClickShare Hub for IT administration. The first that I want to talk about is the Microsoft Device Ecosystem Platform that we use as an operating system for our new generation of products like the ClickShare Hub here today. Why is that important, that platform? Of course, when we selected Microsoft's Device Ecosystem Platform for our newer generation, we did it for a couple of reasons. On one hand, we were searching for a platform that would be functionally powerful and helping us to quickly create that premium ClickShare experience that Dorothy was talking about. But on the same hand, we were looking for a partner that was trusted by our end customers and that also would help us to actually adhere to our safety standards that we have always been working on with our own ClickShare products with the OS that we made ourselves. And there, MDEP really with Microsoft was a perfect match. And I want to talk a bit about the security aspects because it's very relevant when you're deploying this inside your organization that you know what you're deploying and why it is safe to deploy it. Because security is a multi-layered story, right? If you know that today as an IT administrator, it's not that you can just protect the outer shell of your network and inside and everything remains safe. No, you really have to look towards every layer from the bare bone layer of the hardware until you could say the end layer, which is access to the network, whatever is coming in. And I will take you a bit through these layers and highlight what is important with our product on how we actually are assisting to be a premium secure product. It starts from, you could say, the hardware layer with the operating system layer and then extends to our ClickShare application layer. And let me first dive into that operating system layer. There we have security features where MDEP itself, it's built on Android, where Android already provides security features such as a verified boot, making sure that we can actually check whether the firmware that has been deployed on the device is an authorized firmware and that the OS was not modified before it can actually boot. And when it then boots, we are benefiting from something that Microsoft actually added to that Android layer, which is hardware-based attestation. So we know it checks when it boots that nothing was tampered with the hardware, so that there is no, you could say, foul intent on the hardware level. And once it boots up into that application layer, Microsoft provides what they call a kiosk mode, which means that the moment your like MTR, what you're doing as a meeting room experience, your Microsoft meeting room experience is in the front. Once it's there, it will lock it, that no other application can actually be being brought in front. So this really helps to reduce the attack surface that would be there. And talking about attack surface, also there Microsoft has put in the effort to make sure that all the communications, network communications that come from the device, that this is always encrypted, that this, you could say, is being secure, and not only today, but they guarantee also the follow-up of this operating system with security updates, and allows you to manage that according to your policies and procedures you already have in place, being able to use the portals from Microsoft that you know, such as Intune, to work on compliance and policies. A bit more on that later, but I also want to highlight it didn't stop there. We didn't just take what was there, which is already a very good basis to start, but we even went, you could say, further. What we actually added was we added our own secure boot layer to it. What we did is our firmware that gets deployed on the device is already encrypted when we actually release it. So the whole firmware packages that you're downloading, it doesn't just come over an encrypted channel. No, the firmware itself is encrypted, making sure that it's prevented towards any reverse engineering that could potentially happen in the middle. And what we have also provided is additional penetration testing towards the entire system. This enables us to be compliant towards today's standard of cybersecurity, like the NIS2 directive, PSTI, or even the ones that are now being put in place and will become effective in the future years, like the Cyber Resilience Act in Europe, the RED DA that we are now already compliant to. So what I talked about is indeed, the device security, but when you're deploying that device inside your organization, I also want to highlight what are the tools available for you to easily manage the ClickShare Hub. And this is here, you could say, a growing story, where we have already the XMS Cloud for all our ClickShare units today. And also there you will be able to onboard the new ClickShare Hub. And that will be very easy by, you can create already the meeting room upfront in XMS Cloud and then scan the sticker on the unit, which will then open on your smartphone, where you can easily select it and actually allocate it to the room in XMS Cloud. At this moment, you will see that you can onboard it in XMS Cloud, but we're still creating a functionality of managing the settings and also managing the firmware updates from XMS Cloud. So today, you still need to use the Microsoft portals to do that. So in the Teams Admin Center and the Pro Portal, there you can already trigger the firmware updates and do the configuration management. This is something that we expect to release soon in the coming quarters, that we will be fully feature complete also on XMS Cloud. If you want to know what will then be the full experience that you will have at that moment when the slides are being shared, be sure to watch the onboarding video that is already available on YouTube. And what you will see, a bit of a sneak peek on that, is that once we have this complete, you will be able not just to create the room in XMS Cloud, but already give it a configuration. So the moment you scan it, that the configuration gets downloaded from the cloud, enabling you to have much less work to actually deploy your ClickShare unit in the meeting room itself. Right now, today, yes, you hook it up, but there will be still a few steps to set up the device when you are configuring your ClickShare unit, and we're making step by step that load easier and easier. And then once you have your ClickShare up and running, it can sometimes be confusing. Because we've introduced with the partnership with Microsoft, there is a lot of, you could say, portals that Microsoft already has to also do management tasks on your units. And yes, you can also use them. So which should I use when can sometimes be confusing. So let me help you a little bit. In the next quarters, we're going to make sure that the ClickShare Hub will be fully supported on XMS Cloud, meaning that you will be able to do every action that you know that you can do with the ClickShare conference, that you also be able to do that for the ClickShare Hub, making XMS Cloud the platform where you can do all things ClickShare. But there are additional functionalities that the Microsoft platforms can offer us to really aid in your tasks that you need to do. If we look towards the Team Admin Center, and for people that have also the Pro Portal of Microsoft, there will be a part that overlaps with XMS Cloud, but there is a unique functionality that you are able to actually also review the Teams activity that has happened on the devices. So if you have questions, for example, about call quality, of the health of the Teams application that has been running, there are really good insights that you can get from the Microsoft platforms that are not available on XMS Cloud. And another platform that I mentioned already that relates to security is the Microsoft Intune. This is not MTR related, but it's MDEP related, making sure that once you bring an MDEP device inside your organization, it will be onboarded in your Intune environment, giving you the ability to indeed configure conditional access and your company compliance policies to it, and be able to check whether or not the device is running compliant towards the profiles that you have defined. And with that, I conclude, you could say, the overview, deep dive under the hood, and how you can manage your ClickShare hubs. And I want to hand over the word to Christophe to deep dive on the Sennheiser bars.
Well, thank you, Peter and Dorothy, and Barco for having us. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or even good night if you're sleepless in the US and watching webinars. There's another one coming your morning this time. My name is Christoph Hedwig. I am leading the Strategic Alliances team at Sennheiser. That means I look after things that, or me and my team, we're looking after things that we can't build ourselves. That's how I explain that to my parents usually, or did explain that. I brought Jochen with me from my team. He is our technical guru, so if there are any technical questions coming up in this section of the webinar, feel free to ask, even if they are a bit more under the hood than I could potentially answer them. I will tell you in this last section of the webinar, I will tell you a bit about the partnership with Barco and Sennheiser, also about the Microsoft Teams certification, and of course, about the bars themselves. Trying to get to the next slide here. So why did we actually partner up with Barco? And that's a story when you remember the timeline that Dorothy showed. About in June 2024, we had the first talks with Barco about what we wanted to achieve with them or what they wanted to achieve with us. And the solution we were building should make people in meetings be able to feel seen or to have a voice, and of course to be able to share something, which is obviously something Barco are very, very good at. So we got together and talked about potential bundles that would contain our hardware and Barco's hardware and create a solution that would make learning and collaboration easier, which is our mission statement. Just as a little bit of a backstory why we think that this culturally is also a great fit. Barco and Sennheiser are both European companies. We've been not very far from each other in terms of distance, but also we feel like we share lots of cultural values, and it was just amazing to work with Barco. And yeah, thanks again to Barco for having us. I wanted to talk about these two bundles that we just released that are now available for purchase. The smallish or smaller bundle of the two includes our TC bar, Team Connect Bar S for small rooms and huddle rooms, the ClickShare Hub Core, including one button, and the control panel. And the big bundle includes the TC Bar M, which is for medium-sized rooms. It also contains the ClickShare Hub Pro, including two buttons, a tray, and a control panel. And what we heard already, and what is very important to the industry, is that both bundles have just been Team certified. And something that really struck me when I joined Sennheiser and started becoming more familiar with Microsoft and how things worked was how much of an effort it actually is to obtain such a certification. So I don't know whether you are all aware, but it takes some time. It's not just a sticker. It's like a real thing that you need to go through it. You need to go to tests and validation cycles and all sorts of different things to make this happen. And I think we started in late 2024 and finally got certified last year, which was a huge win for us. Again, all sorts of teams on both sides were involved, from R&D to product management, and it's really some effort, and it was quite a journey to say the least. But also, we're happy that we made it. Some details on the bars. Obviously, what I told you already, the TC Bar S, the smaller bar, is intended for small meeting rooms, collaboration spaces, huddle rooms. We say it has a pickup range of about 4 by 4 meters, which is a little bit conservative. It can do more, but if you are in a smaller room like that, you will definitely be sorted with the bar. And the bigger bar, the Bar M, suited for mid-sized meeting spaces and collaboration rooms, has a pickup range of about 4.5 by 6 meters. Again, this is maybe a little bit conservative. We recently had an event where we put the medium-sized bar in our theater, and the far end could still hear people very clearly. But that's what we say, and I think that makes total sense because it also fits the Microsoft specs. Just 2 sentences on some technical details. The main difference between both bars is the amount of microphones and speakers. The smaller bar has just 4, or just in brackets, 4 microphones and 2 speakers, while the bigger one has 6 microphones and 4 speakers. And also the bigger bar has 2 network ports and 2 HDMI ports, while the smaller bar has 1 network port and 1 HDMI port. Bars are something that you find a lot on the market. And as a manufacturer, you need to try to set yourself apart from others. And some of the things that we are convinced we are doing a little bit differently than others, maybe there are others who do it similarly, but you get the gist, is we are using some intelligent software, and I didn't really want to use AI, but I think there's no meeting or no webinar that can't use AI as a phrase of what we are using. But in our bars, we literally have some AI powered software running that enables you, for instance, to percentile, meaning you have more people in a room than one, and you automatically get tiles for all of these persons. It's recognizing your faces, and then you have a better meeting experience because the far end can just see you better. In addition, we have priority zones that you can set up with the bar, meaning our microphones will form a beam. So you heard there are more microphones than one in the bar. That's because intelligently there's a beam formed that will point at whoever is speaking. And you can set up priority zones, for instance, if somebody's presenting or for the CEO that needs to be heard very clearly. That's very handy. And in addition, or the other way around, if there's something you don't want to hear, like a fan or air condition, you can set up exclusion zones, meaning a part of the room that should not be picked up by the microphone. Earlier in this webinar, Dorothy talked about flexibility for the solutions that we want to offer. And while ease of use is certainly something that we also support, if it gets a little bit more complex, you can also look at what we offer in terms of audio connectivity. And our bars support an audio over IP standard called Dante by our friends from Audinate in Australia, which is an industry standard for network-based audio. So if you want to extend the pickup range of the bar with a ceiling microphone, for instance, that speaks Dante, you can just connect it via an Ethernet cable and you will have an extended pickup range. That's very handy as well. If you are not sure what you want to put in your room or whether any of our products is sufficient for your room, you can also head to our website and check out our room planner, which is a free tool that enables you to have a look at all of our products and then put them into the room and find the best solution for your room, or just get in touch with us and we might be able to help you very quickly as well. And that's it already, I think. Back to you, Catalina, for some Q&A. And yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you, Christoph. And thank you all so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time. We will keep the line open for the next few minutes, so please continue to submit your questions. My product colleagues are here to provide real-time answers. And in the meantime, I will actually read several interesting questions that have come our way and that we think are relevant for everyone. And the first would be, and I think that is directed to Christoph, if the Sennheiser bars can be managed in XMS Cloud.
I can take that. It's not possible at the moment. We are evaluating together with Barco's R&D teams as to whether we can make it happen. Time will tell. Stay tuned, I'd say. What I can say is if you set up the bar with our own software, it's pretty much a set and forget thing. So you set it up, make sure everything is working correctly with the exclusion zones if you have to have any, or priority zones. And then you usually don't have to touch this again. So that should be very easy to set up. But no, right now you can't manage our bar in XMS.
Right. Thank you, Christoph. Now we have another one, and I think this is something that Dorothy can answer. Do I need a Microsoft Teams Room license to use the bundles?
Yes, indeed. So the ClickShare Hub bundles, they're actually with the native Microsoft Teams Room system, but you still have to have the Microsoft Teams Room license first in order to log in to the system, and so that to make sure you can enjoy with the Microsoft Teams Room experience on the ClickShare Hub bundles.
Right. Thank you, Dorothy.
Thank you.
A last one. Can we order single hub devices instead of the entire bundle? Peter?
Yeah, I can take that one. I understand the question. If you already have a Sennheiser bar in your meeting room and you want to introduce a room system, then yes, you can buy the ClickShare Hub separately then as a kit and add it to your Sennheiser bar. or if you would have two different vendors, one where you buy Sennheiser or one where you buy Barco equipment, then yes, you can bundle it. So you could say that the bundle that is certified is as such a soft bundle and that comes together in the channel, or if you would buy them at two places separately, then you can join them in your room and have a certified solution.
Right. Thank you, Peter. Yep, as I was saying, we'll keep the line open for the next few minutes. My colleagues are here to answer any questions you might have. But thank you all so much for joining us today. Peter?
Well, I see a question coming into the chat, which I might highlight. Is the Hub Core also certified with the bar M? The answer is no. It's not a certified solution. So if you cross them, of course, you can expect that you can for sure try it out, but we only certified, so Microsoft certifies these bundles separately. So to have a certified solution, no, they are not.
Right.
So maybe Catalina, I'm answering this question, but maybe it could be useful for everybody. I'm getting the question: how do you switch between the presentation mode and a BYOD mode? And that might be useful for everybody.
Yeah.
That currently what we have with as a room system, which is MTR, you can use the button to present locally if you're not in a call, or you can use it to ingest content when you are in a call. What you cannot yet do is to use the button in the room system by using, you could say, call software that's on your laptop. So a full BYOD modus is not supported yet. So that's for the future. It's on our roadmap. So keep tuned in.
And I see another one that might be related. When does the wireless conferencing mode go live with the Hub? Since we're on this topic.
I was typing.
Yeah. When does the wireless conferencing mode go online with the Hub?
So that's the same question. So the interest is there. So I can't give a timing on that one yet. But I expect updates on timing throughout the year. So tune in into the webinars when we have a more definite planning on this.
But we can say that it's coming. It's on its way.
And I got the question in here, what with Apple devices? And there we have good news. This is with the last generation now with the new button. We're using the DP Alt mode, which actually means that over USB-C, you're exposing like it was an HDMI cable, like a DisplayPort cable. So that's really handy because DisplayPort is supported on, you could say, all the known operating systems. So whether this is Apple, Linux, or Windows. So this will indeed enable to become, you could say, a cross-device. Of course, where we have more support, if you use it on Linux, it will just be like you plug in a cable. But indeed, on platforms that we support more with the ClickShare app, yeah, there you will have more functionalities to be able to say what you're sharing or what not. But as with the new generation, we have really become very, you could say, guest friendly, because people can plug in the button without having any application installed.
Yeah, any software installed, anything additional to install. So it's just plug and play.
I'm seeing another one for Sennheiser, maybe. Can I connect the Sennheiser bar to the ceiling microphone via Dante for larger meeting rooms? Yes, that's possible. You can just connect it via Ethernet cable and set it up as an extension in the software. So that's easy.
Just to confirm on the question I answered live, people are asking, yeah, is it just like PCs and laptops you can use it? No, if you have indeed like a mobile device, like a tablet that fully supports DP alt mode, it will screen share as well. So for the people that want to use their tablet or phone, if it fully supports, then they will be able to do so if they want. So there was a question about the experience about interactive screens. And there, maybe we didn't highlight that, but with the Microsoft Teams rooms, so once you're up and running with MTR, you will be able to benefit from all the functionalities that an MTR can give you. So if you're working with a touch screen, you will be able to use the whiteboarding functionality and etc. that are already available in the MTR, no problem.
Right. I think we have answered all of the questions so far. Thank you all very much for joining us today. and for asking all these wonderful questions. We will send you the recording and the slides later this week. And otherwise, stay tuned for our spring session, which will probably take place in April. And until then, have a fantastic rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.